Okay, so this game is very long and is what we could think in a chess match of when one of the two players breaks the opponent psychologically, because this game is 117 moves long. So why do I speak of this game as one that breaks the opponent psychologically? Because in one of the last World Championship played by Magnus Carlsen, there was one of these games. It was very long, probably more than 6 hours, and it was like 120 moves. I think, I don't know, maybe it was 150 or more. But the point was that that game, once it was won, the other opponent, Nepomniachtchi, also called Nepo because it's easier, practically capitulated. The rest of the games, he continued to lose. He just drew when he could. Psychologically, he was lost. And that was an incredible feat from the world champion that proved dominance over the opponent. A dominance that was clearly beyond the difference in rating and the difference as players, because these two players are professional players that play chess from when they were little, and that obviously love chess, and that they live their lives based on chess, because one, okay, became world champion, so he clearly crowned the dream of his life. The other, however, became the candidate for over 2 times, and he continued to lose, so it was terrible for him, obviously. Okay, so with that said, this is the game where, in my opinion, XieXieMaster capitulates psychologically. And from this point on, yes, there is another win in game number 9 by XieXieMaster, but then the rest of the match is no real problem for Pikafish to win the end of the match. Also, if in the end Pikafish just won of 1 point, because if I remember well, it was like +7 -6 equal 2, but the quality clearly makes the difference. And then I think sometimes, thanks to this type of endgames, we learn about the power of the pieces. And for power of the pieces, I mean the importance of having or losing the elephant or the advisor, that I also call the minister, because once you have lost it, you really have a hole in your defenses, and it's a problem. And then another thing that I notice, honestly, in Pikafish, but used by another server, the one of XiangQi.com, I noticed that the Pikafish there has this kind of tendency to, when also he could give checkmate, he doesn't give checkmate. He continues to kill the opponent pieces. Practically, he makes the opponent, it's just like someone that is cutting one spider leg one at a time, no? And then when the spider doesn't have any more legs, it kills it. It's a kind of cruel and sadistic, but that's what I see. And it's ridiculous, because obviously an engine cannot be sadistic, but you can see it. It could give sometimes a checkmate in 5 or 6 moves. No, it starts to continuously attack the enemy pieces and take them down one by one by one, up to the moment the enemy has only no pieces left, only the general, and then yes, it does give a checkmate. Here we continue to see this kind of violation of the rules, because if it was a real game, one would call the arbiter and make the arbiter warned the opponent of losing the game if he continued to give this kind of checks. And that's also interesting, right? Because these kind of checks are not allowed, so the opponent should really explain. Probably arbiter would be upset and would give already the win to red because he continued to give check. But I think Pikafish is following the Chinese rules, so it's allowed to give a check up to 5 times. What red can do. It's not that he can go anywhere else, no? So this shows a kind of deficiency of the program, because this kind of moves should be avoided. XieXieMaster instead gives checks, but it's a little more considerate, we could say. However, also XieXieMaster should understand that the game is over, so I don't know. Because you see, this is the point here. This pawn, this soldier in the palace, it's really bad for red. And now it's finished. Game over. Very interesting. So 170 moves, red lost. And this is game number 7. Game number 7.